Ever wondered about the new bank capital requirements and how they could impact your future home purchase? Let's dive right in. There's been a substantial shift in the banking world with the introduction of what's called the Basel III Endgame. Now, what does this mean? Simply put, it's a set of new banking regulations designed to strengthen banks' financial positions. These rules are expected to bump up the capital requirements for large banks by an average of 16%. But it doesn't stop there. These requirements are not just for the big players. They're also going to apply to smaller banks, specifically those with assets over $100 billion. This is a significant change in the banking landscape designed to make banks more resilient. But as with any change, it carries potential implications for all of us. Now, you might ask, how does this affect me as a future homebuyer? Well, stick around because that's exactly what we're going to explore next. You see, these new requirements could significantly raise costs for consumers. Picture this, you're planning to buy your dream home. You've saved up, you've done your research, and you're ready to take the plunge. But then, the costs start to rise, not because of any change in the property market, but because of new bank capital requirements known as the Basel III Endgame. These new rules are designed to make our banking system more robust, but they could also have a significant impact on everyday people like you and me. In fact, these new requirements could drive up mortgage rates. Imagine the impact of this on your monthly mortgage payment. It's like adding an extra slice to every pizza you buy, or like paying for an extra cup of coffee every day. It adds up, and it adds up fast. And it's not just mortgages. The increased costs could make loans and credit more expensive across the board, as banks look to pass these costs onto their customers. So that car loan you were considering, it could cost you more. The credit card you use for your everyday purchases, the interest might just go up. And for those of us dreaming of owning a home, this could make that dream a little more difficult to achieve. It could push potential buyers out of the market or force them to settle for less than they'd hoped for. It's akin to reaching for a brass ring, only to find it's been moved just out of your grasp. What's more, this could have other, less obvious impacts. Banks are regulated, they have rules they have to follow. But if these new requirements make traditional banking too expensive, it could push more lending into the hands of unregulated and potentially predatory lenders outside the banking system. Hey there, if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot to us, and it helps us in creating more informative content like this. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this information, don't hesitate to share this video with them. It's a complex topic, and we believe that knowledge is power, especially when it comes to understanding how changes in the banking industry can affect us all. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We cover a wide range of topics, and we'd love to have you join our community of informed viewers. Now let's get back to our discussion on the Basel III Endgame. So, what happens when lending shifts to unregulated lenders? Let's delve into that. When the lending landscape changes, it can bring about a host of potential risks. Unregulated and predatory lenders, for instance, can introduce a myriad of challenges. These players often operate outside the traditional banking system, free from the standard regulations and oversight that typically safeguard consumers. This lack of regulation can lead to exorbitant interest rates. Imagine paying rates significantly higher than what you'd expect from a bank. It's a frightening prospect, isn't it? And that's not all. Hidden fees may also lurk in the shadows of these lending agreements, stealthily driving up your costs even further. Moreover, these lenders may resort to aggressive collection practices, adding unnecessary stress to your financial journey. It's a scenario that can turn the joy of homeownership into a nightmare. So, as a future homebuyer, it's crucial to understand these potential impacts and risks. Now we want to hear from you. Have you or anyone you know encountered these issues with unregulated lenders? Leave a comment below and let's get the conversation started. So, what does this all mean for you, the future homebuyer? As we've discussed, the Basel III Endgame could bring about significant shifts in the banking landscape. Large banks may be required to boost their capital by an average of 16%, and this could also apply to smaller banks holding over $100 billion in assets. For future homebuyers like yourself, this could translate into higher costs. Mortgage rates may see a significant increase, and other loans and credit could become more expensive as banks try to offset these new requirements. There's also the potential risk of more lending being pushed to unregulated and potentially predatory lenders outside the traditional banking system. These changes underline the importance of staying informed, being aware of the evolving landscape, and understanding the risks associated with different lending options. Remember, knowledge is power, Stay informed and make the best decision for your future home purchase. Your voice matters in this discussion. Are you concerned about the potential for higher mortgage rates or the shift of lending to unregulated lenders? Maybe you have some insights or experiences you'd like to share. We want to know what you think about the Basel III Endgame and its potential impact on your future home purchase. So, don't be a silent viewer. Let's turn this monologue into a dialogue. Head down to the comments section below and share your thoughts, ideas, concerns, or insights. Let's start a constructive conversation about the future of banking and home buying. Remember, the power of knowledge extends to the power of shared experiences and perspectives. Let's learn from each other. We're excited to hear from you.